Welcome back. This is the Bird's Eye View, and I am the War Duck. And I came across this article, and at first I read it, and I was like, "Oh man, that's horrible." And then, as I read more about it, I was like, "Oh, okay, they tried to make amends." And then I was thinking about why. Okay, so let's get into this a little bit. Okay, Wendy's fires longtime employee with Down syndrome. And this is where my outrage started, right? I was like, oh my God, why would they do such a thing like that? And apparently, he's been working there for 20 years at this Wendy's. And I'm thinking, how can you get fired at a job that you were working at for 20 years, right? Like, what could you have done? And apparently, nothing. Because um basically the sister of this guy says that management told him that he couldn't do his job like a normal person. Dennis Peak, 51, and worked at Wendy's location in Stanley, North Carolina, about 30 minutes outside of Charlotte for more than 20 years. This is insane. Like, I don't even get like how. So he couldn't do the job as a normal person. Okay, so he's worked there for 20 years. You know that he has Down syndrome. Obviously, he's functioning pretty well, so you couldn't find him something to do or something to help him. Like, you're you're just, oh, screw it, we're just gonna fire him, and you didn't think this would become a story or anything. Like, I guess that's the part that really gets me is they were okay with firing him until people start asking a whole bunch of questions, and this started getting some traction, and people started asking them what the heck was going on, right? Then it was an oversight. Let's see if I can find what they said. Um, Something about the oversight of protocol or something. Anyway, so once this started gaining traction and people started asking what was going on and how they could fire him, the company was like, "Oh, no, it was it was a some kind of an oversight, and oh yeah, here it goes, an unfortunate mistake." Uh, yeah, so an unfortunate mistake. So they're like, "Oh, we'll offer his job back," and but apparently, like, Dennis was having a hard time understanding this whole firing process, right? I mean, he does have sound Down syndrome. We don't know exactly what how he had interpreted that thing, right? Because I'm sure, like, even myself, I worked there for 20 years. Like, how that'd be hard to understand all of a sudden that they're just like, "Whoops, sorry, you're fired." Um, so oh, there it is. A very unfortunate mistake and lapse in protocol. But the thing is it's not like this is just Joe Schmo teenager, right? This is like an autistic guy, an older autistic guy at 51 years old, been working there for 20 years. Obviously, everybody he knows him there, right? And then they're just like, "Oh well, sorry, we made a mistake in protocol." Like, that doesn't even make sense to me, right? They wanted him gone. They didn't know how people would react. And now that people made a big deal about this, they're like, "Oh, we welcome him back. We offered his job back, blah, blah, blah." But at the end of the day, the sister and Dennis or whoever decided that he would not be going back to work. They're going to throw a big retirement party for him. and Wendy said that they would help him pay for it or whatever, um, and help him, celebrate his retirement and stuff. I mean, in my opinion, that's the very least you could do. Wendy's was offer to help pay for this guy's retirement stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I don't fault Wendy's as a whole, but this location, this Stanley location, I don't know, man. I think Wendy's might need to step in and maybe find a new owner or new management for that franchise or something, because to me, that's just kind of unacceptable. I mean, if the guy was violent or something like that, I get it, but apparently, like, even the company has agreed that it was a mistake. So whoever fired this guy and let him go, I hope they don't have a job anymore, and I hope there's a special place in hell for that guy. But Dennis, I hope you have a great retirement, and I wish this story was a lot bigger, and people got to really see what this was all about. It sounds like you're an awesome guy working a job, just doing your thing at Wendy's for 20 years. That's pretty amazing. And I hope you have a great retirement and a great life. But all right, people, what do you guys think? Why don't you leave a comment? Is this the kind of thing that we expect from, like major corporations like Wendy's and stuff that just don't care? Or I don't know. What do you think about this story? Much love all.